So the big question is this. How entrepreneurs like us who have been breaking with old beliefs, like the idea of holding a 9-to-5 job and living paycheck to paycheck, taking a lifetime to reach business and life success as the only option we have? How do we grow our business in a way that lets us highly service our customers, getting our products and services and the things that we believe in out into the world without diluting our life but enhancing it and taking the journey of internal and external growth? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Your host is Marina Simon, and welcome to 10 Exit. Life and business as usual? Never again.
Hi! So, are you a consumer or are you a producer of social media? Pretty interesting question, huh? How many hours do you spend, if so, on social media? And are you consuming it or are you using it to give your message to your ideal customer? That's the question. It's very interesting how Mr. Steve Jobs changed our civilization and the way we live life. Who was gonna say that at the tip of our finger we will have any information available of a lot of people, either around or throughout and around the world? You can use it to your pro or you can use it against you, right? At the end of the day, this gives us an opportunity to better service our ideal customer. How do we do that? First, we need to have a line of communication with them. And that's what social media is incredible for. How to develop organic traffic. What do I mean by organic traffic? I mean traffic that you don't pay for, that you can develop yourself if you use those communication lines correctly. So, I want to give you one quick warning because I know that some, listening to this already thinking, well, I already spend way too much on social media right now. If I'm going to become the life of the party, my whole life is going to be wasted on social media, right? So I'll start saying by yes, you're currently spending way too much time on social media. I don't care who you are. You're probably already spending way too much time consuming social media. That is the word, consuming social media. If you're spending more than 10 minutes a day consuming social media, then yes, you're wasting your time. The key word is consuming. As of today, you're no longer a consumer of social media. You are a producer of social media. That's a big difference, my friends. Consuming social media doesn't serve you or the audience you've been called to serve. Producing social media does serve them. Can you see that? When you consume it, well, you're kind of catching up with the people you know and the people you don't know, and you're seeing, what's happening. But my God, it can go hours on it. It's almost like a little trap, right? But if you produce social media, you really, really can serve your purpose of servicing your ideal customer. Now, the first step in this process is to do a social media reset. And listen, what I'm going to tell you next is going to be kind of hard because it was hard on me. But it truly works. And this tip and this information that I'm giving you is from Mr. Russell Brunson, which is, again, I guess you have heard me again and again in this podcast. He's an outstanding marketeer, right? And sometimes in order to get results, one has to change the way one operates. If something is not working, you surely are doing something that is not going to work. So you need to change the way you operate. And this is the trick. So the first step in this process is to do a social media reset. Yes, reset. That means unfriending and unfollowing almost everyone on every platform that you'll be using to generate traffic. All right. So we're talking here about traffic. How do you generate organic traffic? Traffic that you're not going to pay for. Now, you're going to use your personal site and you're going to reset it. I told you it wasn't easy because that means getting rid of all your friends and, family members and, how's Aunt Trudy doing today and my cousin, he lost his job or whatever, right? Or, the latest artist. But really, guys, if you really, really want to generate traffic and you mean business and you really want to change the way things are because you really, really want to expand your basis of your consumers, your ideal customer, then you might want to take a look at this strategy. The way you won't be distracted, that way, right? Doing this on following and on friendly everyone, right, on every platform you use that you're not going to use to generate traffic. That means that they are not your ideal customers. They're not buying from you. They don't have the profile of your avatar, meaning your ideal customer. Remember in one of the episodes, I say your avatar or ideal customer is, you almost need to name him. His name is Johnny. He's 23, he goes to school, or by 23 he's graduated, right? So you have to name him. What does he like? What places does he visits? What books does he read? So you will know if those guys that you're unfriending from your, Facebook or your rest of your social media are not Johnny, 23 years old. If they are not Johnny, get rid of them. I told you, ain't easy, right? But it works. That way you won't be distracted by the nonsense that everyone around you is posting. And it's true, my friends. I've tried it. From here on out, you use social media as a business tool, not a social tool. After you unfriend everyone, I suggest only following your Dream 100. Okay, now I want to define something, and it's the concept of Dream 100. What is Dream 100? Okay, so basically, you have your dream customer, which is your ideal customer, correct? Let's see, is Johnny, he's 23, and you're selling, let me see, what are you selling? Maybe, okay, let's say you're a chiropractor, right? And you are basically helping sports guys, right, perform better. You're a specialist on that, right? So your avatar will be Johnny. He's 23. He's an athlete, and he basically wants to outperform the rest because he wants to go high on competition and go to Olympics or whatever, right? Regionals, whatever it is. But basically that is your avatar, and it can go so deep. They read Sports Illustrated or whatever, right? You know exactly where they hang out. You know exactly where they are. You know exactly what groups will they belong to and what platforms, etc. Okay. Now, your Dream 100 basically is a group of 100 different platforms groups, right? Where Johnny hangs at. Let's see that is a Facebook group that is for athletes. And Johnny hangs there, right? And that particular athlete group, name is Athlete X. So that social media group is one of your Dream 100. Let's see that Johnny also has an account on Instagram, and let's see that there's groups on Instagram, right? And he belongs to a group of runners. How to run marathons without being hurt. Okay, that is another part of your Dream 100, another one of those. So you collect 100 of those groups, guys, and those are the guys you want to befriend. Why? Because Johnnies their population is packed of Johnnies, and who is your ideal customer is Johnny. You already have it on a plate. That's why social media is such a fantastic tool, because you can follow who your ideal customer is without any problem. You just need to do your homework and know who. You start by defining exactly who is your ideal customer. In this case, he's Johnny. He's 23. He's an outstanding athlete, but wants to become better. And you want him to become even better at his, whatever. He's a soccer player, or he's a football player, or he is a gymnast, or he's a dancer, or whatever that is on some kind of sports, right? So a Dream 100 is 100 groups of people that have Johnnies all over the place. Johnny visits that group, and he has another group, that is nutrition for the best athlete. Let's see that I'm just creating it in social media, right? So there's another group, let's see, on Facebook. And there's a YouTube channel in whatever that it says how to feed yourself perfectly to become a better athlete. And Johnny's hanging there. So you collect, I'm giving you a high gradient, which is collecting 100 of those groups, right? Start with 10. Make it easy for you, even 5, right? Now, that way, when you log in to any of the platforms, you'll be able to quickly get a glimpse of what they are posting and get ideas for things that are working well that you can model. Right? You want to follow what are these guys doing? They're packed of people, right? They have 100 or 200 or 300 or 1,000 people on their group, right? What are they doing that they're keeping all these Johnnies in there? Also, you will be able to start digging your well with these people by commenting on their post and messaging them through direct messages. So let's say that you get into this, you have 5 groups of people that Johnny's hanging with, right? So what do is some of the Johnnies will say, well, I'm struggling with my food. It's bloating me. And I'm trying to perform. And the problem is that I'm bloated and I can perform the same way. My nutrition is bothering me. And guess what? You as a chiropractor will know exactly what to recommend to him. So what do? You read those posts. The time that you're in social media, you are producing and serving your ideal customer. So you say, okay, so here's the ideal diet. And you create value for those people. You just continue to do that. It's really like magic. Continue to deliver what is needed and wanted. And guess what's going to happen? Those Johnnies are going to turn around and see you and they say, who is this new kid on the block? Who are you, Mr. Chiropractor? Now, that your social feed has been cleaned up, now that you got rid of all the friends, family, acquaintances, right, that are not your Johnnies, go and look for the social parties that have the most people engaged in them, right? You don't want a group of people that is only 50 people. You want hundreds. You will not go to a party that only has a few dozen people. Instead, you will look for the largest parties in town where you can get the most exposure for your efforts. Does it make sense? Let's see that somebody's asking questions about being bloated. Well, how many athletes have that problem? I bet you many. Another athlete is saying, you know what? When I run, sprints, I'm hurting my certain muscles, right? I haven't been able to totally handle. Anybody has any recommendations? And you as a chiro, you know the answer. So you go in and help that Johnny, right? To just continue to add value. So you basically are spending your social media efforts and time on adding value and building up so you can get those customers. Depending on the platform, you'll be looking for the largest groups, podcasts, blogs, videos, and fan pages that you can go to and become the life of the party. As you participate in these groups and serve their audiences, the people will naturally start coming back to your home. How about that? Pretty interesting, huh? The key, guys, is serve, add value. You see, I'm going to put you 2 scenarios. You go into social media and your friend Mary says how she's so excited she has a new boyfriend and pictures with him and that, and you're like looking at the pictures, enjoying her happiness and posting and commenting how happy you are for her, right? That took you 10 minutes, right? Or maybe less, if you're fast fingers. What about if instead of looking at Mary and Johnny and all your friends, how they're living life or being sad or happy or, whatever is happening on everybody's life, right? Because we have very similar lives. There's nothing new you're going to find out there. Once in a while you find something crazy, but you use that time to go to those, start with 5 Dream 100 groups. 5 groups that have your ideal Johnnies in it. Go and visit them. Check them out. See who they are. Don't burp your link. That's something you do not want to do. Don't go and burp your link on your products. That's a no-no. Deliver value, guys. You need to build your customers. Since it's an organic traffic, meaning you don't pay for that, you win it. and you work on it. But those 10 minutes, instead of looking at Mary's new boyfriend, you're going to be checking, oh my God, there's all these athletes that need help. And I know great programs to handle that. And you add value, guys. I'm telling you, if you do that, you don't have to post 100 different things if you have 100 different groups. You can post the same posting in those 100 groups. Start by grading. Start by 5 groups. Start with the first group, Then you build it to 5. Then you build it to 10. And what happens is just start browsing and see who's there. Most likely there's a lot of Johnnies if you do your homework correctly. And you can continue to post and add value to the question people have. Guess what's going to happen next? They're going to say, who are you? Who are you? And how can I get to you? Because what you're giving me really works. I hope it works, guys. Have an amazing day.
Thanks for joining us today on 10 Exit. Life and business as usual, never again. We love always hearing from you. Please feel free to send Marina an email, marina@marinasimonbrand.com. Your input and comments are always welcome, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you like the podcast, you can always subscribe to it. Remember, the best way to predict the future is to create it.